just gonna spitball it here. Alex is currently asleep, so I got approximately 50 minutes to record this video, if you ever see this video, that is. But if you do, thank you for tuning in. I really hope that you're gonna enjoy this video, and if you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching me for the first time in your life, then hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Peter. What is your name? The reason that I sound like this is because I'm from Sweden. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, because that would be super appreciated. A7S III has been in my possession since I think it was around mid-September now. So that is like September, October, November, half of December, so almost 4 months. And I have been getting a lot of questions on this camera and which features that I like the most, what I don't like about it, and how I think you should think when considering buying this camera, because there is some things that I think you should keep in mind, and that is exactly what we're going to talk in this video. So the first thing is the price. Here in Sweden, it costs like $5,500. It's an extremely expensive camera, especially if you're not making any money out of your work that you're putting out in the world. So if you are like me and you make money from your YouTube channel, or from your content creation on Instagram, or from your TikTok videos, then yes, it's absolutely a really, really good camera. But then again, if you don't do that, this is not a beginner's camera. This is not a camera that is aimed towards those of you that just want to buy your first full-frame camera and shoot good video, even though it's a really good video camera. You have the possibility to shoot the same quality as the A7 III, because you can choose between the different kind of bit rates, the different kind of codecs that you have, but doing so, you also lose quality. And when you buy a camera like this, you want to have the best possible quality in your videos, basically. So what I have experienced after using this camera for this amount of time is that if you want to shoot the best quality possible, then that is going to cost you even more than the camera itself. First thing is going to be the memory cards and the memory card reader. This memory card reader costs approximately 250 bucks, and this memory card will cost you 550 to 650 bucks. And with that said, if you're just shooting in 50 FPS, all intra, with a memory card like this, that is going to last you approximately 20 minutes. That is going to require a lot of space. So 20 minutes of footage in 50 FPS, that is going to require you to buy one of these, which is a Samsung T7 SSD, 2 terabytes. I have bought 2 extra now because I don't have the storage space. And since you can only get 20 minutes of footage in 50 FPS all intra, when you're shooting in 120 FPS, you get approximately like 10 to 8 minutes of slow-mo footage. So if you're out like me shooting a lot of B-roll for when you're making a video, that is going to be a lot of storage space that you need to transfer to your computer every single hour or half day of shooting. And some of you might probably be thinking that, yeah, I know, like if you're shooting in all intra, you need to have more space because it's not as compressed as the XAVS-CS. Yes. But the thing is, I've tried shooting in XAVS-CS in 10-bit, and I have a fully spec'd out MacBook Pro from 2020, and it can't handle the files. I remember when we were shooting the Campari video, and we had to shoot in XAVS-CS to be able to shoot in 100 FPS because I didn't have access to this memory card. And when I jumped into the editing process, like my computer was hogging memory like crazy. So it took me so incredibly much longer to edit the footage than it would have taken me if I had shot everything in all intra. And after that experience, I don't want to go back and shoot anything in XAVS-CS unless I'm shooting in 8-bit. But if I go back down to 8-bit, which is the same color range as the A7 III, that is a totally different story, because then my computer can handle it, but I'm also lacking a little bit of the quality that I want to have when I'm shooting with the A7S III. So then again, I would probably recommend you to go for the A7C instead of the A7S III, because you still have the good autofocus that locks onto the eyes, and you still have the flip out screen, the digital audio interface, so that you don't have to have a mic plugged into the camera. And another thing that I touched on in one of my previous videos is that the flip out screen on my A7S III has become loose in the hinge of the camera. I don't know if you've experienced anything similar, but for me, that's really weird because I've been very cautious with this camera. I know that some of you think that I'm really uncautious with my gear, but I mainly do it for the YouTube videos because it makes them more interesting. But looking at this, you can see that there is some slight glapp, as we say in Swedish. And this is something that I honestly don't think should happen to a $5,500 camera, because it should be way better than this. I haven't put it through anything that is dangerous or anything that would make this happen. But then again, kudos to Sony for taking it into repair to see if it's something that they can fix. And they've also sent me a replacement camera that I can use meanwhile, which is awesome. So Sony, if you're watching this, thanks so much, I appreciate it. But other than the storage, the compression, and the flip out screen, there is nothing else that I can complain on, because this is a really good camera. Never had any overheating issues at all when I've been shooting with this, and it is just a monster when it comes to low light performance, autofocusing, overall image quality, and I like it a whole lot. And as I said in my hands-on review of this camera that I dropped back in July, I think, I am extremely impressed on what Sony has achieved with this camera, but it is a camera that's aimed towards pros, not beginners, not intermediate people, pros. So again, I highly recommend this camera, but it's also an extremely expensive camera. And if you're just looking for your first content creation camera, I would personally today go for the Sony A7C. There you go. Those are things that I've experienced with the A7S III during this time, and everything that I've felt is bad and good with the camera. Would you look at that? 15 minutes to record this video. That has got to be some sort of record. But really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, because I would love to see you in the next video. Peter is saying goodbye from Sweden. Have a good one.